We're going to get to Mel Gibson and Hacksaw Ridge next. We're going to hear from the film's director and the actor Andrew Garfield after this clip.
This is a personal gift from the United States government to each and every one of you. A standard issue U.S. rifle. This is to be your lover. Perhaps the only thing in life you'll ever truly love. Fellas, let's dance. Grab a girl. Place the weapon by your side. Problem, Private Cornstalk. Is there not one in your size? Or is it the color that is the issue?
No, sorry. I was told I don't have to carry a weapon.
Come again, step forward, Private. I can't be hearing this right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I can't touch a gun.
It's a true story about a guy named Desmond Doss, who was a conscientious objector. He abhorred violence. It was against his principles, his religious beliefs, but he wanted to serve his country in World War II. And as a medic, how does somebody go into the worst place on earth without a weapon? So he did, in fact, do that. It was given to me by a producer, Bill Mechanic. I read the project. It was all the more compelling to me for having, because it was a true story. And, I just thought I could bring my visual to it.
There wasn't any hesitation when I read the script. It was a compelling script and a compelling person to go on a journey with, and this very ordinary hero that has no intention of being a hero. There's something about a person following the beat of their own drum, and no matter what the resistance to that will be by the society he finds himself in, or she finds herself in, and he sticks to his principles and his inner voice. So it was really that thematically that just kind of hooked me in.
That was a clip from Hacksaw Ridge, Mel Gibson's, and in inverted commas, return to form after the things that he did and said.
Classic Gib.
Classic Gibble.
I think he's sorry, and I think he's trying to put his career back on track, and this is a good step in the right direction, I would say. So only I've seen it, unfortunately, because busy. So all I can say is this: it's about Desmond Doss. He was a soldier. It's a great name, Desmond Doss. He was a soldier fighting World War II for the United States of America, but he had very religious beliefs that meant he could not take lives as part of the sins and stuff. He believed that you couldn't take somebody's life, but he still wanted to fight for his cause because he felt so strongly that the people who were fighting for America were doing such a brave thing. He wanted to help out as much as he could, but being somebody who didn't believe in killing somebody, he asked to go out into the field of battle without firing a single bullet, without holding a single gun, but still helping the cause along the way. And of course, the first stage of the film, him getting ridiculed by other soldiers, by Vince Vaughn's sort of troop leader.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn's actually good in this. I'll say, Vince Vaughn, not the sort of typical straws on set, looks like he doesn't give two damns.
You know it, Des, you know it. You're so money.
All I can say about Vince Vaughn is revolutionised. Not massively, but certainly better than he normally is.
Really?
So Andrew Garfield plays Desmond Doss, and we've already seen him this year in Silence when he was very good. We kind of thought his accent was a bit
every now and then.
And in this one, obviously, he does an American one. You've also got Teresa Palmer.
Cool, try it.
What, the line?
Yeah,
if you've seen the trailer, you'll know what the line is. We're going to try it out now. Okay, who wants to go first? Joe, you've seen this.
Please, Lord, hit my gun one more.
It's alright, good. Ryan?
Please, Lord, let me get one more.
That's alright. I will say that he says that line quite a lot towards the end of the film.
Yeah.
Right? He says it over and over again. Please, Lord, let me get one more.
Hit me get one more.
Anyway, not to trivialise what a fantastic story it is. So Mel Gibson has taken this story, which is obviously very incredible. Him being, fairly religious himself. He's made, what do you call it?
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ. Apocalypto. If you can kind of sort of count Scottish as being religion, he also made Braveheart. Mm-hmm. I know it's not really, but that same level of kind of freedom. So it's a war film, so it needs to be ballsy, it needs to be brave, it needs to be raw, it needs to be real, and I think it ticks all those boxes. If you've seen the trailer, you'll see that there's some really great direction and really great flair, really great cinematography. Surprisingly, well, not surprisingly for a war film, but I suppose in 2017 to make a film that is as gory as this and as brutal as this, it comes as a bit of a surprise. But for a war film, it's about right, if not maybe a bit more gore than you would expect. It's kind of like, and I've seen reviews saying it's kind of like B-movie gore, like Tarantino gore, where it's like limbs flying off, where it's like gallons of blood being shed. It's some people saying that it kind of detracts from the realness and the rawness, having that kind of cartoonish. But I don't think it is. I think it's kind of that's what it would look like.
Yeah, there's been a lot of criticism about this. Obviously, like there's been heavy sentiment towards like demonization of the Japanese forces.
Well, yeah,
in that
you said the other day that was like controversy about the film, and I personally during the film didn't see anything particularly controversial. It's a war film, and
I think people are just thinking, "Oh, typical Mel Gibson." You know,
it's very
classic Mel.
It's very easy to tar Mel with that classic Mel brush because of what he's said and done. But really, it's the sort of art versus artist thing again that we're going to.
There's that, but then obviously Mel, through his other previous films, he doesn't shy away from violence. He never has.
No,
that's just I mean, it's just the way he portrays it.
Christ, it's not as rock, flag, and eagle as I thought it would be.
Nice.
I think it's right, Charlie. I think it's a perfectly fine film. I think it's just I didn't see that kind of big problem with it being like Murica Year. I didn't see that personally. The thing that people are saying is a drawback for the film is the first, I would say, about 40 minutes of the film when it's all about him, Andrew Garfield's character Desmond Doss, and Teresa Palmer, who's his kind of girl back home.
Go back home.
He's got a little Bible with a photo of her inside it, which is quite nice. People say that kind of draws you from the film. I personally think that it's fine if you fall asleep, because I did. For a very short amount of time, it was kind of like on and off for a bit. But I think while I was awake, it didn't bother us too much. I think it was all fine, and all it means is that it's more worth the wait when it gets to the war stuff, because it's all very guns blazing. It's all practical as well. There's very little CGI. I found it all very overwhelming, just because for a war film, it's all very loud. It had me on edge. I was like an overexcited dog. Like we have those bits of silence, and something else would happen, like a big bang, and I'd just fly out of my seat. And you always do that thing where you look behind you, like, did they see me jumping up? Like,
yeah,
they probably did.
It's Andrew Garfield trying to find you.
But let's Andrew Garfield. Obviously, the film nominated for the Oscar as well, but Andrew Garfield nominated for this and not Silence. I've got to say, I find it difficult to separate the two.
So no stronger performance for you?
Personally, I can't separate them. I think they're both very good. I think they're both nomination worthy. I still think somebody else will win it, but I think he did very good. And overall, I've got to say that I enjoyed it quite a lot. I think its depiction of war is about as savage and about as brutal as it needed to be to really get the point across, and I can't ask for more than that.
Is it pretty visceral, like gory?
Very visceral, very gory. We've had some correspondence on this. We've had one in from Alex Scott, says, pure brilliance. Mel Gibson notorious for not holding back on the realistic effect of brutality. In Hacksaw Ridge, he does anything but hold back. This film is for sure up there with the best war films. If anyone is ever feeling they're having a hard time, then I recommend watching this to realise what a lot of people went through. If you're having a hard time, don't watch this. But I like the idea, I like the sentiment. They were certainly my thoughts throughout. Completely blew me away. And one from Scott Hasty says, it's powerful and visceral as Mel Gibson knows how to do well. Garfield is incredible, but I still preferred him in Silence. So a lot of people saying the same thing. It's interesting though, Hacksaw Ridge, Mel Gibson coming back to form, coming back to people's respect, possibly. Maybe
is this
not.
his first since Apocalypse though?
I think it is actually.
I think it is.
I think it is.
Directors,
So
that's
insane.